Come through, Queen. I wanna see ya. Come through, Queen.
Hi, everyone. It's Dan.
And Brendan.
And this is Come Through Queen.
Wow.
Brendan, I think this might be...
A blockbuster week.
This is maybe one of the biggest weeks in Come Through Queen history, Bravo history.
Yeah.
Life history.
They decided to dump everything on us. Life things decided to happen on us.
I mean, you think like when we're just coming back from the holidays, New Year, January. January usually feels slow, no?
Yeah, but Father Time was like, surprise, bitch.
Surprise, bitch. Okay, we have, first of all, Patreon. You have an hour of content. You have a pre-show, Globes, Meghan, Harry and Meghan, the menu, probably more stuff. Drag Race. Oh yeah, we can't fit Drag Race here, so you have to listen to it on the pre-show. Then you have a bonus episode, Alex McCord, Roni, season 3, episode 10. I am in Brooklyn. You are in high school.
Right. Before we get to Alex McCord, though, we need to start with... Jen Shah.
Jen Shah sentencing. This past Friday, as we all knew, it wasn't a surprise, kind of like the plea was a surprise. Mm-hmm. We were waiting for this, in fact.
Exactly.
And 6.5 years.
Yeah.
Something like 5 years post release, supervised release. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really it.
I mean, like, there's nothing much else for us to say because it's already been covered and combed over and yada, yada, yada. And also, like, me personally, I want to leave Jen Shah behind and move on.org.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to talk about the finale. In terms of the show, there's no benefit in just lingering on this.
Yeah.
Even... obviously, if Andy does go through with this one-on-one that could be taking place this weekend or next, it will garner attention.
We'll watch, obviously.
But I just don't need it, really. What is there to say? Either she is acting a fool still or admitting to what she has admitted to in court.
Yeah.
So there's not really like too much new information for me to garner from it.
Yeah. I mean, like, some people are like mad that Andy might be interviewing her. And I'm like, what does it matter?
Yeah. Like, as they said, sitting at Liberty Bistro in downtown Manhattan, like the New York federal prosecutors have like a 95% prosecution rate. Like, did we think that she was not guilty of this?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Salt Lake when we're talking about Salt Lake, but I'm excited about the potential of a season and a path forward that's not Jen Shah centric.
Exactly. And with that, let's get to some exciting news.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Some
of the biggest news to ever drop.
So this was floating around in our ears for a few weeks, but not precisely the way it landed.
Sure.
Rugged, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 4, cast reveal prior to us hopping on a plane.
Exactly.
And it's essentially Rugged Season 4, Ex-Wives Club Season 2.
Yes. They're now doing, it seems that they're going to do even seasons as Ex-Wives Club, and maybe the odds are going to be current wives.
Current gals.
Though I could see them moving into a direction where we're only doing Ex-Wives because it's getting tricky to have the current gals with, like, where do you place the season?
I actually can't wait to see Rugged 3 to see how it plays out with storylines, because actually season 1 of Ultimate Girls Trip almost felt like a Ex-Wives with like Cynthia leaving right after,
and I guess it's not like a perfect formula because like Portia and Leah Mobb are both on season 3 and they're ex-wives.
They're ex-wives, but they're kind of like floating wives.
Yeah, they float. You'll float too.
Because I mean, theoretically, Leah was on the last active season of New York.
Sure.
And neither new iteration of New York has premiered yet.
Sure. But Portia's still an ex-wife.
Yeah. But Portia felt like I'm coming off the show because I want to cleanly get married to this man.
Sure.
Okay, but anyway, season 4, Ex-Wives Club season 2, our cast. We have 4 returning members of the Ex-Wives Club.
Mm-hmm.
Brandi Glanville, Vicky Gunvalson, Ava Marcel, Phaedra Parks. We have 4 women joining the Ex-Wives Club. Camille Meyer, also known as Camille Grammer.
Donna Tucci-Grammer.
Donna Tucci-Grammer. Caroline Manzo, Alex McCord, Gretchen Rossi. The headline...
Alex McCord.
Alex McCord.
Hello.
We thought we would never see her again. We thought the only chance would be if New York did a cast trip to Australia, which I had been begging and pleading for years.
And who knows? It could happen.
It could happen now that she's like opened the door.
Exactly. So there's a bunch of people like not thrilled that 4 of the women were on season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip, but I actually kind of like this device because it's like we vacationed at Dorinda's. We didn't have the best time given the circumstances. We want to go on a fabulous vacation and let's invite some of our friends.
So I actually like that it's half of the cast.
Yeah.
As I like Vicky without Tamara.
Exactly.
I like Brandi without Taylor. But you know what's interesting about Ex-Wives 2? The gals not joining us essentially have been rehired.
Yeah. So obviously Taylor has...
Jill and Dorinda.
Well, Jill and Dorinda are rumored for legacy. I mean, like, they have to be
and
basically.
Tamara.
And then Tamara has, yeah.
So that half has all been rehired. So we're getting the girls that can't fit back into their show. Even though Vicky seemingly filmed the cast trip for OC. I
mean, Vicky's been rehired technically in a guest capacity.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no rules, really. I mean, like it is what it is.
Yeah. Phaedra, people are kind of saying she's joining Married to Medicine, but we are not Married to Medicine scholars in that we don't know, are they filming? Did they wrap filming? When's the next season coming? So like the rumors somehow doesn't really make full sense to me.
Yeah. But so we're going to Morocco, which obviously we went to Morocco in season 4 of Roni. Alex McCord was there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are questioning, why aren't we getting a second Roni woman to kind of reunite with Alex? Wouldn't that be like a great thing?
Okay, yeah. So that I think is my major problem with this casting. Both Caroline and Alex McCord deserve castmates.
Right. Caroline obviously should have had Dolores with her.
I know.
Or Jacqueline.
Originally, I said Jacqueline, but when you then, maybe a week later after we learned about Caroline joining, said Dolores, you blew my mind.
Right. I mean, Dolores makes sense because her and Caroline are still buddies. They just appeared on like some cooking show together. Obviously, Dolores would sit there while Caroline was doing Caroline Knows Best on the radio.
Dolores was there. She was doing a fun run.
Yeah, and it would just be interesting hearing, especially since Dolores is
Currently
best friends with Teresa. Yeah. It would be so interesting hearing those dynamics because now we could get fourth walls broken down.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem is now that this is squarely Ex-Wives Club, Dolores wouldn't fit the requirement.
Yeah. So
you would need Jacqueline, which I do think people would be cheering in the streets for Jacqueline.
I mean, I know I would.
Yeah. So for me, it's kind of actually the Camille Grammer that is the part that I don't think is right.
I think it's right.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like what I learned from season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip is like the more random and the more like, I don't know about this, the more I'm like, oh, this is weirdly working. Like everyone didn't really get why Eva was hired for season 2 and she ended up being fan favorite.
Yeah.
And like that was such a mishmash that I think it's like, okay.
Yeah. I guess maybe that is, so for the returners, she's the part that makes the so it's like Camille and Eva are the two parts that make the least sense to me.
You and this Eva making no sense doesn't make sense to me because I've seen interviews where she has talked about she would do it again. She just doesn't want to do it at Dorinda's house.
Okay, yeah. So for me, I think Eva was a success on Ex-Wives Club.
Sure.
But I think it was almost like the point was made. Like, I'm not sure what new point we're going to make with Eva.
Well, we're in a new location with new people.
Yeah, I think that is the potential, but that's more reactionary more than what she is. You know, like how is she going to react to the new people, the new place?
The show is all reactions. It's not like it's not a character study in like who these women are. They're on vacation for a week and it's them reacting to each other as different personalities.
Well, okay. I think for Vicky, for instance, she was fresh off of the breakup.
Sure.
So now I want to see where is she now, especially where is she now post dipping her toe back into OC.
The thing is, with Vicky, I'm like, I know exactly where she probably is.
With
Brandy, I know exactly where she probably is.
But Brandy and Phaedra, I think, are a different conversation because those are two that are hard to slot back into their programs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we want more of them. We got to put them here.
Mm-hmm.
Eva could theoretically go back on Atlanta.
I know, but I think what happened was probably Eva doesn't want to go back to Atlanta. She's got a lot of jobs.
Sure, she's on actual television shows.
She proved to be somebody the audience liked. So they were like, what can we do with her? Let's put her on another vacation, which will be a week commitment.
Yeah. But so then that's why I land at Camille not being great. And then Gretchen is great. And then Gretchen's great because Vicky's there. Mm-hmm. But Gretchen's not Caroline and Alex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're different people.
But like, if we're gonna get, my point is, if we're lucky enough to get back Alex and to a lesser extent Caroline, let's do this right. You know what I mean? With a cast member from their shows.
Oh, sure, but also like, Gretchen's a big get. She hasn't been on our TV in a very long time.
I know, but do you really think if they asked her a year ago, she would have said no?
No, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know the point you're trying to make. You're just trying to like make space for people from their own shows.
Well, yeah. Well, because I think Alex may have never agreed to do anything again, and we are just lucky to be in her presence.
There's nobody left from Roni, though.
What do you mean?
You can't. There's nobody left because if you're putting a bunch of them on Legacy, it's like there's not a person you could pick.
Well, that's the whole shitstorm of reboot and Legacy, where like we should have just done a season 5-esque half new cast, half old gals.
Yeah.
Even if the old gals are like Leah, Ebony, Sonia, you know, with Caroline. They were constantly asking her back, but it was more of a money thing, where she wanted too much money.
Right, and now she can do a week for a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. But I want conversations around their experience on the show with people who were on the show with them.
Yeah, and I think like that's not going to necessarily happen, but I think there will still be interesting conversations. It's going to be interesting regardless. Yeah. And I think like, for example, Caroline and Alex both were around each other enough back then because they were always like doing New York Fashion Week and like doing New York based events all the time. So I think
my Facebook header page.
Exactly. So I think it'll be fine. I don't think we need to kibosh on it. I think we just we'll wait and see.
Sure, yeah. No, I'm so excited, but don't you feel like Rugged 3 is kind of being forgotten at this point?
Well, I think they're just having scheduling issues. Like, I watched the full effing trailer at BravoCon, which was in October.
Yeah.
Months ago at this point.
And they never released that online.
They never released it online. And we were talking on a group thread that, like, trying to figure out the scheduling they obviously want it to come after Salt Lake City, Miami, and Potomac ending. And I'm like, let's just release the trailer next week and let's get it started, ladies.
I mean, my fear is that we have the below deck down under buffer between Miami and Rugged 3.
Yeah, but I think there's enough. Okay, that was The staggering of Below Deck and Ruggets was because Peacock was so young and they
Yeah.
didn't have enough content. I think there's now 2 Below Decks that air exclusively on
really?
Peacock. I think it's the Down Under and Adventure series.
Oh, I thought Adventure was Bravo.
I could be wrong, but I think it might be Peacock. Who knows?
Yeah.
They advertise stuff that airs on Peacock on Bravo and vice versa.
Sure.
So, I mean, there's enough Below Deck content or enough content in general. We don't need to wait. Just give us what we want.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, like, I've only seen the Rugged 3 trailer as filmed on somebody's phone.
I know. I'm so excited for a potential Alex McCord at BravoCon 2023.
I would actually, like, try to get into the room. You know?
You tried this year and it didn't work.
No, did I try?
Yeah, you sent in a thing.
Oh, but that's not trying. You want to see me trying?
Okay.
I'll be trying on me.
Okay. Last question before we move on from this. Do you think that they'll try to somehow sneak Simon Van Kempen and Slade Smiley onto the trip in some sort of capacity because they were such a big part of their prospective wives' storylines?
Well, let me say something. If fucking Mauricio
can
sneak on, you better fucking well listen. I want to see both Simon and Slade.
I think they'll do something with them. They must, just because they were such a huge part.
I mean, the bare minimum is packing, which is how we got Taylor's daughter, how we got Brandy's son. That's the floor.
No, we need them in Morocco, bitch.
Oh, please.
And if we're doing like all the husbands need to come, then fucking send over Albie Manzo.
Yeah, I'll be riding on a horse and like speak to the horse. Okay. In a shocking turn of events, we get trailers for both of the two of the 3 Bravo Kids shows.
Yeah.
Even though now is there a 4th Bravo Kids show being Southern Hospitality?
I would argue a fifth Family Karma.
6th Real Girlies.
That they don't register.
No. They're the 6th.
No.
They're the 6th. Please. Okay.
No, like people who don't have to buy their own way to BravoCon.
Okay, the 2 top, Summer House and Vanderpump Rules. Is
Southern Charm is much more popular than at least Summer House, I would say.
Okay. Vanderpump Rules and Summer House trailers in the same week, I think, is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Because normally there's usually overlap, but it's staggered. Vanderpump Rules is like a December premiere usually, November.
It started staggered, obviously, because Summer House was a spin-off, an in-episode spin-off of Vanderpump Rules, famously.
Yeah. And then also now that we have to account for Winter House having a Vanderpump Rules plot point that needs to finish before Vanderpump Rules can premiere. They are really...
It's exactly what we're doing with the Girls Trip. We're flying too close to the sun.
I mean, it's truly playing Tetris.
Yeah.
Like, the piece is falling. You got to spin it till you win it and make it fit.
I think we need better Tetris players.
I think they need to hire someone to just make the pieces fit.
I think they have like programmers. I think that's actually like a job. Wait, Dan invented like television programmers just now.
No, I feel like my energy right now is the Dorinda Law scene. You better fucking well listen. Like
while you were talking about Ultimate Girls Trip, I was getting lost in like the sauce. I like trying to be along for the ride.
Okay, let's land then in Vanderpump Rules trailer.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
I think like Vanderpump Rules was once the best television show on Bravo, and I think we're getting somewhere to getting it back up to what it once was.
So here's like when Robert Frost wrote Two Past Diverge in the Wood, like Vanderpump Rules floundered during the pandemic, whereas Summer House flourished during the pandemic. And now I feel like...
Wouldn't that be the same path in the wood?
No, we're diverging.
I thought the wood was pandemic. I thought the path was pandemic.
No, the wood is pandemic. The floundering and flourishing are the paths.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yes. So it's like the East flourish, West flounder. And now, maybe Robert didn't get there, but now I think the paths are aligning. Because now that we are coming together as one in the winter house, we can all flourish.
You said you were going to bring it down to earth, and you even went into the next stratosphere. Can we talk about what's on the screen?
No. Okay.
Wait, should I read a little bit about what's happening this season?
Maybe that'll ground
Okay.
us. That'll ground me.
So season 10 of Vanderpump Rules premieres on Wednesday, February 8th, which is Wednesday's great for us.
Good.
9/8 Central. You can.
It's going to be following probably a little bit of Salt Lake, and then I venture to say doubleheader with OC.
Great. Oh.
OC.
OC will happen. When do you think we'll get the trailer?
I would say within 30 days.
Okay. So who are the cast and friends in season 10 of Vanderpump Rules? We'll start there and then go from there. Lisa Vanderpump.
Of
surprise. Course. Ariana Madix.
Hello.
James Kennedy.
Yes.
Katie Maloney.
Of course.
Lala Kent.
Yeah. Mother.
Rachel Leviss. Raquel Leviss.
No, it's more of like not.
She's a mother.
She is technically a mother.
She's technically a mother. Raquel Leviss. Sheena Shea. Tom Sandoval.
Another mother.
Tom Schwartz are all returning for the new season, which will begin a new era of antics, drama, and even betrayal.
Okay. Brock lost his tray.
Yeah, so I'm not done.
Okay.
James's girlfriend, Allie Luber, joins the group, as well as server Charlie Burnett. And an old friend is also stepping back onto the scene. Christina Kelly, who has appeared on and off in earlier seasons of Vanderpump Rules, will be hanging with the group.
Okay. Question from the audience.
Yes.
Whose friend is she on this cast? Because I know she's friends with Stassi and Duty.
Yeah, so Katie.
Okay, Katie.
She, from what my sources told me, she was brought in so Katie had a friend who wasn't only Lala.
I'm screaming. Wait, wasn't she pretending to be friends with Ariana?
Well, you have to be in the mix, girl. Also, because Katie and Ariana are opening
the
business together.
What's the name of it? But she made it sandwich.
The two girls made sandwiches.
But which it really should be the Katie Maloney bar. Especially, okay, the girls did that in order to like bridge the gap between the two men, the two Toms, right? Mm-hmm. So now that we're divorcing, why are we bridging the gap anymore? But they're still making the sandwiches, I think.
Because it's like, they like each other. I think they actually do like each other.
Okay, but another question.
From the audience?
From the audience.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
There's not even like a glimmer of them making sandwiches in the trailer.
Because they're too busy fighting.
Isn't Katie the one spreading the rumor that Ariana's in an open marriage? Relationship, not marriage.
Maybe, but I mean, this show is a drama. It's not like they're going to be best friends all the time.
Sure. Best friends for life.
Have you watched this show?
I have watched the show. Brock lost the tray.
Good.
Yeah.
Second time you've mentioned that.
But interestingly enough, like, yet another Vanderpump Rules wedding season.
Good.
No, I would say not good.
No, it is good.
But I love that it's not the focus. It's not like, and I thee wed.
I know. You want to know why it's good? Because you know what happened, right? It's in Mexico, the wedding. Not everyone's invited. Like, Katie Maloney gets disinvited, yet she shows up in Mexico anyways.
Ledge.
She's a ledge. She's a ledge.
I went on the record on Twitter saying this might be my favorite Katie Maloney cast photo shoot.
When I look at Katie Maloney, you know what I see?
A bar and grill.
Ledge. And a bar and grill.
So, Christina Kelly. I think that's a conversation that needs to be had.
Oh. So, Christina Kelly was just like that elusive girl who was always hanging with like Stassi and Duty.
Who else do I want to comment on?
Charlie?
Charlie XCX. Not enough from her in the trailer.
Well, because she's only a friend of.
Oh, she is? So
Yeah.
she lost her tray.
So the three, James's girlfriend, Charlie, and Christina Kelly are friend of.
Oh, I thought Christina Kelly was strangely main cast.
No. They all get photo shoots, but there's like a main photo shoot that I don't know if you saw it, but it's like the main girls.
Oh, but then you know what's funny though? That Vanderpump Rules breaks the mold. The friends are in the title card.
Yeah, and like so is like everyone else who works at the restaurant.
It's like Peter Madrigal sneaking in.
Yeah, he's in the trailer.
But you know what's funny is like I only noticed Peter on the second viewing of the trailer on a date with Raquel.
Yeah, or just having dinner
As friends. Yeah.
Yeah, we should get a cameo from him. Speaking of cameos,
you love him.
I used to.
I feel like if he was a queer man, you'd be like an Ivy Wed.
Yeah, yes, and it would be on season 11 of Vanderpump Rules.
You'd be the next wedding.
Lisa would officiate.
Oh my! Of course,
because it's a queer wedding. She doesn't do straight weddings anymore.
She won't pass up a queer wedding.
Garcelle
and her son.
And her son.
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver is on a date with Raquel as well?
Yeah, I think they just like have a little tryst.
Raquel, Peter, Oliver, Tom Schwartz.
Good. Tom Schwartz fallen from grace. I mean, he's in the exact same space he was, but people have new eyes. It's like...
You have new eyes is what you're trying to say?
I mean... Yeah.
You were one of the last holdouts.
I still think he's cute, but I mean, like, he's... I said this on this podcast, that he's a piece of shit. But he's a cute piece of shit.
every day.
Yeah. James.
Drinking.
Did not expect that.
I know. There's like a difference between Summer House and Vanderpump Rules. Kind of like OC and... a RHONY for me, where I keep my eye on what's close, and then what's going on over on the West Coast. They're running rampant, and then like I only catch up with them once the trailer hits.
Because they don't have like cameras. They don't have page 6 over there.
Yeah. I had no idea that James was drinking again.
Yeah, and he's dating Allie Luber.
It's like a hop, skip, and a jump from Allie Landry. Is that what we're trying to?
Oh, I was gonna say hop, skip, and a jump from Carrie Duber.
Carrie Duber. Oh my God. Allie Landry meets Carrie Duber into Allie Duber.
Exactly.
Luber.
Allie Luber.
I guess my main takeaway is I'm happy they're not fucking with us on a Thursday.
Yeah. And just like, it looks like an actual good season.
Ooh, yeah.
I like think Lala should have been demoted to friend of.
It seems like she's in the thick of it.
But I don't
want
to follow that path in the wood.
Yeah. You want that path to diverge.
Yeah.
Into like a little off ramp.
I mean, she can still be on it, but just like, I don't know. Make way for Christina Kelly to hold a tray.
No, but I gotta say though, of the girls, and the girls being the girls and the boys, she makes like the most buzz when it comes to the news, I think.
Well, yeah, because her life's a disaster right now.
Yeah, I know. But so they're not going to let go of her.
I feel like sometimes...
If you love something, let it go.
Let it go. If it makes you a lot of press, let it go.
If it comes back, then it's yours. Okay. Let's get over to Summer House.
Trailer.
Season 7.
Yeah.
Trailer.
So what wood are we in and who's diverging?
I think we're flourishing.
Well, no. I mean, Lindsay Hubbard and Danielle are diverging in a wood.
Oh, yeah, they sure are. I mean, we knew this coming out of BravoCon.
Right, because we've been watching. They have page 6 reporting.
We have page 6 reporting. We have, and then you know what? I was watching even before page 6 was reporting because I was watching and I was like, is Danielle even on this season? Because Danielle is one of the few I follow, kind of like Rihanna. Because Danielle is on Rihanna's list.
Okay.
And when I was following her this past summer...
You comparing yourself to Rihanna is psychotic.
No, it's great, actually. I was like, is Danielle filming with this cast? Because she was not, like, she was bopping around all of Montauk, the Hamptons.
She was always at, like, Surf Lodge with Robert,
and then Strangers.
Yeah.
And then
Strangers to us.
And Robert's not in the picture anymore.
Yeah,
also.
sadly.
And not in the trailer either.
Sadly.
So we come to learn that it is because there is a problem between Lindsay and Danielle.
And like, what's the problem?
Well, I do think a piece of the puzzle is these three were three friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Lindsay had hooked up with him.
Danielle
had hooked up with him. But we all let bygones be bygones for a while until Lindsay and him got really serious.
Mm-hmm.
And then where's Danielle in the picture?
Right. Third wheel.
And then Paige said something really poignant during the trailer. She said, "You've been a real good friend to them. Can they say the same thing?" This is an approximation of what she said.
Right. But can we take Paige at Paige value?
I could take her at Paige value.
With that comment? Or is she just trying to be, like, stir the pot?
No, well, I mean, Danielle's running into the loving arms of, like, Maya, Paige, anyone who will accept her.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. It really is sad.
Yeah. I mean, that's one piece of the puzzle. We have the piece of the puzzle of Carl and Kyle.
Falling out?
A fallout, which is interesting because I'm going to say this. I also follow Carl. I follow Carl, Kyle, Batula, Paige, Danielle, Hub.
You act like you are like particular, but you just named most of the cast.
I follow all my friends.
You named like actually the core cast. The core cast,
yeah. Okay. So I got to say, Carl and Lindsay, I feel like they're doing Loverboy events every fucking day.
Somebody said they haven't done one since November or something.
Okay, well then but November is months after.
Yeah.
This is filming.
Yeah.
So back then I was like, "Do you guys sleep?"
They seemed like the first and second lady of Loverboy.
By
that I mean the president, first lady.
And then Lindsay's like doing it, and she doesn't even work for them.
Yeah, and where's Petula Hoop?
And where's Petula Hoop? She's with the dogs. Okay.
Her just saying, "I want to go home and be with the dogs," and then just going home.
No, I'm actually like, I'm thrilled to check in with our husband and wife. I'm thrilled to see the engagement. I am cautiously welcoming our new three friends, which barely got a shout out in the trailer.
Which is fine. We don't need to know them until we walk into the house with them.
I know. I actually kind of like this behavior more of let them prove themselves.
Yeah.
First.
We get a little bit of Luke. We get a little bit of Andrea.
Oh, did we get? I don't think we got Luke.
Someone was doing a shot off of his abs.
Oh, I thought that was Corey.
No, that was before Corey arrived in the trailer. Because they made a big deal about Corey coming later in the trailer. It was Luke.
Luke. I thought Luke was not going to show his face after being
fired.
I
think he comes for a sec.
Okay. But Andrea got like probably the biggest moment of any friend.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like people are in and out. It's great.
Okay. I just want to say the names of our three friends just to like get them in your brain. Chris Leone.
Okay.
Samantha Farrer and Gabby Prescott.
Great. Nice to meet you.
I do like the connection of one of the girls' boyfriends cheating on them with Danielle.
Love it.
Love it. That's Summer House.
What's next? Shannon
Beador.
So unfortunately, Shannon Beador and John Jansen are no longer.
Okay, you are our Orange County correspondent, our Jeff Lewis live correspondent, truly.
So we got the news about this earlier this week, and there was like a big People magazine article written by Dave Quinn. Famously, Dave Quinn and Shannon are very close friends.
Ooh, yes.
But Dave Quinn also got quotes from John Jansen. This piece seemed like it was a long time coming, and we found out it actually was because they seem to have broken up in late November.
I know this, even as you were telling me this, I wasn't really piecing it together. I thought the breakup literally happened like a week ago.
So this all was crazy to me when this happened and we got the announcement. It was like, we got the People magazine announcement. I was like, isn't Shannon supposed to be on Jeff Lewis Live tomorrow? Like, what? Like, is she going to cancel? little did I know, this is
Pre-planned.
we're playing checkers, they're playing chess.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
Sure.
So this is pre-planned, obviously. So obviously Jeff Lewis and Shannon Beador are really good friends. They went out together last night. He famously like brings his guests to dinner the night before, so then they can talk about it. Not all the time, but
should we be doing that?
maybe, but so they can talk about like what happened on the radio, because like they can have just naturally built-in stories.
Oh yeah.
It's smart, but in the interview today, or in the episode today of Jeff Lewis Live, Shannon drops the fact that her and John Jansen haven't spoken since the beginning of December.
Because that's when they broke up.
Because that's when they broke up. But it's like the fact that this was like so well orchestrated, and like were people talking about them breaking up before this?
No.
Yeah. Just like.
And I don't think, like, I think actually if you are listening to this, you probably don't know this.
Yeah.
Like the timeline that Brennan is explaining.
Yeah. Well, you would have to have the Sirius subscription.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's just like so interesting. And apparently like she's not dating yet, but like there's apparently been interest from some guys.
I do want to go a little bit more into the timeline that they went on their finale, not finale, but their trip before the finale, end of October, early November, came back, filmed.
Had the finale party. Then apparently there was a final dinner between Shannon and John Jansen where they had talked
On camera,
and he had said that he wants to bring the relationship to the next level, apparently. And then she said 7 days later, he blindsided her and broke up with her.
once cameras were down.
Once cameras were done filming.
Which is like the anti-Lenny.
Yeah, but I'm in two schools of thought about this. Like, obviously, it would be not nice, but it would be interesting for our purposes to have watched it play out on camera.
Yeah.
But then the second school of thought that I have is like, actually, this is kind of nice of him to do it this way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
To have it off camera, have it happen before the holidays, so we're not like pretending through a holiday.
Sure.
That type of thing. It hurts, but like rip off the Band-Aid.
Sure.
I feel like my aunt always told like people in our family to break up. Like if you're not feeling the person, don't go through the holidays with them and go through like the whole hullabaloo. Just do it before the holidays.
Yeah.
Is that like a thing?
I think it is. So I asked you, don't they have cameras up in the Jeff Lewis Live studio?
Yeah, I mean, like the show is always filmed for like content. So I mean, maybe they'll use it.
So I would love for OC, we have the finale party. If we're not filming anything with any girls, pick up with that and then do like title card, Shannon and John are no longer together.
Yeah.
Or like title card, Shannon and John are no longer together, Shannon and Jeff talking.
Yeah.
I don't want to just end the season with nothing and then go into the reunion.
Yeah, hopefully they do like more stuff. She also said obviously they're still doing interviews and stuff like that. So maybe that'll be a natural place where they can ask some of these questions and then use some of this footage. Maybe they do some pickup scenes.
Yeah,
even.
let's like explore all the colors of the palette.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the audience knows Jeff Lewis, obviously. Also, it's owned by Radio Andy. Andy Cohen's obviously the boss.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mercedes was there.
Important.
Yeah. She's in the family.
Okay. And that's actually reminding me, isn't it crazy that we have to fucking binge The Traitors this weekend?
I know.
Mercedes into Reza into Traitors.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Potomac.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. We are going to Mexico to celebrate and get ready to pick your jaw up off the ground. Ashley's 34th birthday.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't that feel actually insane?
Yeah.
How has she been in our lives for so long and is turning 34?
It's like, I'm a year older than her, and it's like, she must have started, what age was she?
In her 20s.
Yeah, and it's like, back then I didn't think about that, but now it's like, you've always got me thinking about ages.
Yeah, listen, if you're not thinking about ages, you're not doing drag. Yeah, it's true. Giselle has to have a hysterectomy.
Ugh.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Juan and the boys trying on suits
That's tough.
for a wedding that we're not seeing this season. Are we ever seeing?
Who knows?
I love Actually.
You love Actually.
I love Actually.
I didn't watch that movie this season.
I gotta say, this past holiday season, one of the quickest in history.
Yeah, it didn't feel like there was. It didn't feel like I could watch things.
You actually like blinked one time.
Yeah.
And then it was over.
And I was on my fucking sabbatical during it.
And you would think you would have more time. No.
Yeah.
Makes you sick. But I love actually the casting of Jacqueline as friend of for Mia. Because who would have known Jacqueline's sister is the nanny of Mia's children.
And it takes a village.
Jacqueline's sending her children over while Mia's paying for her.
And it's like we're getting into this fight randomly while en route to Mexico. And it's like, I love the graphic design.
Oh, my passion.
Yeah. Charisse sitting in the middle of them fighting.
Fighting in that graphic design using Jacqueline's face from the confessional. Was this Jacqueline's first confessional? I think it was.
I think so.
And it was shocking to me how stunning she was in glam.
Yeah, I think I'd like to keep her around.
Yeah. I'm not ready to let her go.
She's bringing interesting, and like if she pivots to like have friendships with these other women, which she is, like they're all bringing her under their wings.
Yeah. I think it's tough when you come in, and we've seen this heavy in New York as a friend. It's hard to like meet, like people don't dress like this in real life.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's hard to meet the standard.
Yeah. So I mean, like you're referencing Barbara Kay.
Yeah. Barbara Kay,
Elise,
Realtor Ann.
Oh, Realtor Ann,
who I still follow.
I still follow too. I mean, Realtor Ann and Barbara were just together for Realtor Ann's birthday.
I know.
And then Barbara was with Elise.
Realtor Ann and the Summer House Kids and Dorit and Candace. And I think maybe that's where the show...
Well, no, Realtor Ann's a good follow because, like, not only you're just, like, getting her... One day she'll be doing, like, cleanup on, like, the Upper West Side or block cleanup. Then she'll be in Hudson Yards.
Then she'll be in the Bahamas.
And then she's showing you, like, apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
A good follow. Okay. So, once again, I'm actually... Every time I'm watching a Potomac episode, I am looking at the clock until Candace arrives on screen. It took us 30 minutes this episode.
It's like, why aren't they getting in the editing booth being like, the crowd is going wild for Candace.
The crowd is going fucking... The crowd's like losing their mind over Candace, and we're waiting 30 minutes to like have her on screen, have a confessional.
Maybe it's like, we've got to have like the openers and then she's the main event.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so the rest of the cast are Karen's comedian. And then finally Candace shows up. Okay. Jacqueline threw the first brick at me. She did.
That's bad.
I mean, she did. Because of homework? Doing homework?
Because Mia wouldn't let her copy her homework. I mean, like, sometimes, like, it's so funny, like, when people are, like, reformed bad girls. Like, you know, like, those type of girls who were, like, kind of, like, baddies in middle school.
Sure.
And then, like, when they grow up, they're, like, the nicest people.
Sure.
Like, Honey was kind of, like, a baddie.
Oh, yeah, she's a baddie.
And now she's, like, reformed baddie.
Yeah. Wait, so who's the bad one? Mia?
No, Jacqueline.
Oh, Jacqueline.
Because she threw the brick.
Oh, she
threw the first brick.
No, but wasn't she... She's throwing because Mia won't let her copy?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Mia asked to copy and she said, shut up. And then threw the brick.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, my God. That's so funny. I'm sorry.
You're laughing at physical violence.
No, but like they're laughing, we're laughing.
Actually, they're fighting.
No, they're fighting, we're fighting. Okay. But okay, so then when we're at the resort, I gotta say, I don't like this one bit. Getting off the plane and going into a room.
Going into the amber room, it's like the shared room in the resort.
I am covered in airplane slime. And
were you doing a Mile High Club?
No. And you want me to go into a room? No, you know when you come off the airplane and you're just like dirty?
Covered in slime.
You're covered in slime. It's
Yeah.
It's like I don't want anyone to look at me. The fact that they even have cameras on them, I would be upset.
No, I want to go up to my room. I want to fully unpack.
Take
a shower.
Take a shower.
And then get back down there and go to the amber room.
And then we can go to the amber room.
Yeah.
Let me turn a new look. I'm wearing my airplane clothes?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. And now I gotta fight in my airplane clothes? No. You better fucking listen.
Well, they already fought in their airplane clothes, for the record, on the airplane.
Yeah. So we're actually having a second fight in the same clothes.
Yeah.
That's actually even more disgusting if you think about it. Because you're probably like sweaty during the first fight.
Yeah, all that airplane slime.
But man, oh man, that is a drag out doggone fight.
It's like it got so intense so quickly.
When Candace is screaming about the police, so domestic issues are the most violent. She is.
And then
there's no stopping Candace.
Yeah. And then like everyone's like chiming in, like Wendy's going up to Jacqueline being like, I've got sisters too. Mm-mm. Like, and like we fight like this, because it's like everyone's like, this is a sister relationship.
I do love people trying to support Jacqueline.
Yeah,
important. Yeah.
Sidebar, just like Candace and her vagina this episode,
sneaking and peeking.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back onto the amber room.
So no. So then we're after that, we have to cool off. We're breaking off to our rooms. We're each getting our goodie bags that have like a specialized gift.
No, we did shaman.
Oh, we did shaman post amber room. Oh, okay, yeah.
We went onto the beach and did shaman.
And we're cured.
And it's like, there's a shaman in every city these days.
Of course.
Have you ever done shaman?
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
How does one do a shaman?
I don't know.
No, but like I wouldn't say no if I'm on the beach.
But we did shaman in Salt Lake City, laying down. We did shaman in Miami with the longer haired person.
Oh, we've been doing shaman in Salt Lake City every.
Well, yeah, shaman's around every corner. There's a shaman.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was nice of Karen to plan this. Yeah. Is Karen the planner?
It's like unclear who's planning this trip half the time.
I mean, this shaman event was clearly like, let's Google something to do.
Yeah.
You know, no one like felt it in their heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I do think that they felt in their hearts the goodie bags.
Yeah. I love a goodie bag.
And then when Robin puts her on her bridal veil and it floats away into the wind.
Maybe let's just stay unmarried.
Yeah. I mean, the boys are so big. I feel like the boys are about to go to college.
No, they're not.
One of them is in high school, maybe?
They're still young.
Okay.
Not young, but they're in their double digits, but like young double digits.
Okay, sure. I mean, one of them is like as tall as Robin right now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I was taller than my fourth grade teacher in fourth grade.
Okay.
Shout out Mrs. Krosner.
So we reconvene for dinner, and everyone's sweaty.
Yeah.
And we discussed Giselle for a little while, dating a man named Steve, who was like at some birthday party a few years ago.
Steve and Giselle. Does that sound good to you?
No, snooze. Bring in Jason from Winter House.
Yes.
As was captured on Reddit.
Oh my God, them spotted together. That would be great.
I have actually breaking news. I follow only 2 real girlies on Paris.
You earlier this episode tried to be like make a point about how particular you are about who you follow.
So my 2 follows of real girlies Anya and Aja and Jason were hanging out.
Wow.
So Jason's making the rounds.
Well, Aja's making the rounds too.
I know. Aja's like, before I move back to Paris, should we have a New York girlies get together? And I want to be like, I'll pay for the VIP ticket.
I mean, she paid her own way to BravoCon, I'm pretty sure.
Good. Wow.
Something I have yet to achieve.
Okay. The geriatric fight. That's what the girls are calling it. So I'm not being mean calling it that. That is what the official fight name is. Charisse and Karen.
The thing is...
Tell me.
And I joked about it being a Charisse fan earlier this season, but if like she's truly not gelling and if Karen's rejecting her this hard, it's like, what are we going to do? We can't go against like the Grand Dame's wishes at this point. 'Cause she's, I mean, we can. Usually on any other circumstance, I'd be saying to whoever's the cast member who's rejecting the other cast members, like, suck it up, you're on a show together, you have to interact.
Yeah.
But like, for some reason, I'm like on Karen's side in this.
Sure. I mean, Karen is willing to film with everyone else. Mm-hmm. So sounds like a Charisse problem to me.
Exactly. I mean, like she's hanging out with Jizzy all the time now. And
no one's clamoring to film with Charisse.
Except, I mean, Giselle and Robin are really trying to make her happen.
As antagonists.
Yeah.
They're not trying to do it like out of the love in their heart for Charisse.
Exactly.
Okay. Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta say, first and foremost, let's talk about what we're not watching, which is number one. There's a Whitney Meredith moment of like Meredith confronting Whitney about something that we don't know what that is.
Yeah, it got deleted.
Then there's probably the most iconic moment from the original trailer.
To be clear, you're saying scenes that got deleted.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder how often this happens, and I wonder how often people don't catch things. Obviously, people are catching things more and more now in the internet age.
Like, wasn't that our grand introduction to Dana?
Yeah, so there's like this big moment in the original trailer where Dana is yelling at Jen Shah, and it looks like super intense.
Yeah. It's like, well, something like, you're not going to get any money in your books.
Yeah. The only like explanation is that like, did production not want to get in trouble with like the law?
What's in trouble in the law?
I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing.
Maybe they were being
There's
like
nothing.
overly cautious or something about something.
No.
Maybe there was another moment in that fight that like, I don't know.
So to me, it was kind of like we rushed through the finale party in order to have the second half of the episode, where I think we could have had the full finale party, maybe wrap things up a little bit more. Like there's actually like so many loose ends if you really think about it. Like we introduced the Lisa Barlow storyline with like Jack early in the season. That would be the type of thing that would be resolved in a season finale episode.
I mean, like even the fucking Angie H stuff, there was like that came to a stupid halt at the end where they had one little 2-second conversation where like no apology was ever actually said, but then they were like, I trust you so much now. We love you.
And when is someone going to say like, this Shah exposed account did not post anything other than a comment?
That was about Lisa Barlow. It's so stupid.
It makes no sense. I wish there was like the voice of reason to say what's actually happening.
I think we need a new production company.
Yeah. Maybe Shed actually shit the bed.
Oh my God. That's what Shed stands for. Shit the bed.
Yeah. It's actually the combination. Yeah. I don't really understand what's going on. We're like diving into Angie being a possible culprit for the black eye.
And now she's going into like some weird like
lesbian conversation.
What did you say about a Barbie
scissoring?
But like she had some term for it. It was like I forget, but it's
scissor kicks.
Barbie scissor kicks is like the
Yeah.
term that she used. And it's like, why are we going down this road right now? And do you think this makes you look good?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like trying to explain. It's like also mildly homophobic, right?
Yeah.
Majorly homophobic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Whitney was like, every female is 3 shots away from being a lesbian.
It's like,
That's really bad.
dump it all in the trash.
Yeah. So then another thing that I would love for someone to explain is Heather hugging 10 cousins. And to me, those are her actual cousins. Can someone finally explain that Heather and Whitney are not actually cousins?
I know. Also, I just don't like the way Heather acts sometimes. Like, even when she was greeting her cousins, she was like, hi, come down the line, as if she's like the most fucking important person in the world. It's like, act normal. I'm a retired former Heather Gay fan.
Yeah, you're retired. When we did have the choir performance, all eyes on Lisa Barlow smiling while they were singing. I mean, Lisa Barlow is the core.
I mean, to me, she's the one person who will definitely have a job if Salt Lake City comes back.
Yeah. I am fascinated with the Jen Shah confessional
Timing.
filming. And I think that they do repeat outfits.
They definitely do.
For the same confessional at different times.
They 1000% do.
So I would love maybe even a side-by-side from the confessional that seemed as though it was filmed post-plea. Was it? Because it would either have to be post-plea or while they're filming in New York, she's also doing a confessional.
Who knows? I hated the New York thing.
I didn't hate it. I loved Shed getting to return to their home base.
It was like fascinating, I think, but it also just like made no sense. It just like with everything that's happened on this show, it made no sense that Meredith would be there. Like, I mean, like, well, this season, yes. But
I'm sorry. Has Meredith made any sense this season?
No, of course not. See, that's the problem with the show. Nothing makes sense, and it's not like even fun anymore.
Oh, before we're fully in New York, I do want to mention one more thing from the book party. It was, and I'm a Lisa stan, it was loserish for Lisa and Angie to be bashing that there's no books available. It's like, this isn't RHONY season 3 where we're all naive. We're filming this because obviously the book is going to come out.
Well, it's a cover reveal party.
As this episode is airing.
Yeah. But it's also like a cover reveal party. That makes more sense to me.
I know, but...
No, I agree with you that it's loserish.
They're not dumb. Like, they know why we're filming this. Because it's to promote the book as the book is coming out.
Right, but they're also housewives, so they try to get their digs in.
Yeah, sure. Okay. The stuff with the mom. Jen and her mom.
Yeah, that's sad.
On the porch.
I had forgotten about the whole thing about her mom like refinancing her life in order to support.
Well, I think I landed at she did not actually do that. She offered to do that.
Still.
Did you not land there?
I don't think I landed there.
Okay.
But I still think that's sick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. I was shocked that we were filming that pajama party because when we saw the picture, I thought that was just the 3 of them there together in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But like both Meredith and Heather, what are you doing?
They don't know what they're doing. And like when we're sitting down with Seth at that restaurant, it's like him asking, have either of you asked if she's guilty? And it's just like Heather goes into this like thing like, it doesn't matter. It's like my friend told me that she's innocent, and it's like, I'm just going to stand next to my friend. I'm ride or die regardless. But you're not ride or die because in the last scene in the episode, you're like throwing her under the bus.
And in that lunch scene, Meredith being, well, nobody is disputing that the scheme happened. It is whether she. It's like, oh my God, Meredith.
It's just like stupid and loserish.
I think actually something that was interesting in this episode was me being reminded that Coach is also an attorney as well.
Yeah. And he's like, now he's part of the legal team technically, or he's like working in tandem with them apparently.
Well, I mean, listen, if something legal enters the forum with Alex and I, like, I will look at it.
No, of course. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I know. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, that's interesting to me that like you're going through this and you're married to someone who can also give you a little bit of advice that you are not paying, that is not, who doesn't benefit from you continuing to pay more and more and more, who can like advise you to like, we got to do this, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Lisa getting Vita cocktails.
Her getting that little last, like she was like gifted this like last scene.
I know.
She was chosen to be like the last person.
Why?
Because she's like she's a star.
I know. But like, why wasn't it like, why was it Heather and Lisa? It makes literally no sense. They were on the opposite sides.
I know, but they can come together for a nice conversation. As I pointed out earlier this season, it's like sometimes when it's just the two of them talking, I actually feel like there's some sanity on this show.
Well, we actually started the season with the two of them talking.
Yeah, and then we had in the middle when they were in San Diego, like talking about stuff. But then I'm like, then Heather loses the script where it's like, you're ride or die, but then all of a sudden you have all these little theories about Jen and Coach that you're like giving to Lisa, and like,
wow, actually, you planted something in my brain. Are Lisa and Heather, when they're together, the most normal acting people?
I think so.
Possibly. You would think Meredith would have a grain of normal in her, but I haven't seen it sprout this season.
I think Meredith at some points does for sure, but I just think she's like lost in what she should do and what her position should be on this show, which is why she kind of chose to go in the Jen direction, because like last season didn't work for her against Jen. And it's like, keep your enemies close.
No, her lesson needs to be, you can't be all or nothing. Just be normal and interact. And then in your little confessional, be like, like this doesn't seem right to me. Or like, da-da-da-da-da.
I think the thing that threw off that being able to be the thing was Jen Shah being so intense that like people had to be all or nothing.
Sure. Which, okay. I do want to just quickly address in Salt Lake City, I feel like there's like murmurings of a Mary return for season 4, which is the last thing I want.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Because I feel like after season 1, it was like, oh, no, Mary was there for season, after she left season 2, it was like, oh, things could be normal, more normal. Jen, then the Jen stuff was like tainting everything. I would like a room of people who are not committing crimes or scamming people to just like be a Housewives show.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about a return. And I informed you this week, we have 2 weeks until the reunion.
Which like, just like...
Wasn't it interesting that we didn't get the reunion day of, as we have for years now on Housewives? They aired it after the episode, and then we realized why they saved it for after the episode.
Yeah.
It was like less than a minute long. Nothing.
It's going to be stupid bad. Hopefully, it's... How many parts is it?
I don't even think we know that yet.
Hopefully only 2.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Miami.
Sure, Miami. The best show.
The best show.
We have everyone... It felt very New York. Everyone reading the Page 6 article.
Yeah.
Of Lenny now announcing the divorce after saying, what are you guys talking about?
And him and the girly pop like talking to the press, both of them.
Oh, yeah, the girl too. Yeah, yeah. Wow. We have Marisol checking in on Monkey.
Love it. I would love Marisol to come check in on me. And then she would know exactly where the vodka is.
I do, like, a prop queen going into the cabinet, finding the vodka, saying it's where I left it. No one's touched it.
Then she's in confessionals and she has her different little funnels. And she said, I lost my funnels last time. I had to order some. And then she says, thank you, Jeff Bezos.
Even though she's there supporting her, then even in the confessional, she's kind of like dragging her a little bit.
That's Housewives, baby.
That's Housewives, baby. Okay. I mean, she's talking about the chaotic universe of G-strings and pasties.
Mm-hmm. And they always flash back to that same
same
only
party.
clip they have from 2011.
Well, because they can't use like the public footage.
I know, but they had a party this season where I'm sure they could have done some creative zooms.
No. We're getting Lisa coming to the realization that she may need to share custody, which is actually like really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's like, what did I do?
Exactly.
When you're in the situation where it's, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
Yeah, though I'm not going against her at all, but there is an interesting timeline thing happening here where Lenny in the press is saying they've like been having problems for months.
Sure.
And she says weeks.
Yeah.
And then it flashes back to
8 weeks ago.
8 weeks ago, which is months.
Yeah. Which is months, yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah. No, I mean, listen, Lisa's not a saint.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So
I mean, she's not Alexia.
She's not. Okay. Guys, I teared up.
I'm going to cry.
I'm going to cry, as Sutton Stracke once said. The Frankie stuff, which we get more of in the mid-season, is heartbreaking, heartwarming, heart everything. I like as not great of a season that Alexia is having this season compared to last. She does look like a saint.
The thing about like housewives and these women, it's like even when they behave badly in the group,
there's a good thing.
It's
inside.
like when they go back to their families, you like see like a glimmer of like, oh, these are like actually like dynamic, wonderful mothers. Like I'm thinking of Alexia, I'm thinking of Giselle, thinking of Lisa.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Julia dropping the fish into the volcano.
Just like living on her own planet. It's like her and Tammy Brown, like alone on some planet together.
I think Julia is bringing something to the table that is worth the price of her admission.
Oh, for sure. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She's one of the most like interesting, unique housewives we've had.
Because like so many try to be unique and interesting, but like a farm like this does not just sprout out of nowhere.
This is just what she has. And like a lot of women who are older on these shows will say they want to have kids again. And like it's obviously for like a storyline. I believe she wants to have kids again.
Yeah. I mean, it's shocking. And we kind of get a taste once again in the mid-season that she's like potentially pursuing adoption, but it might not be possible.
Yeah. And just like, it's also, it goes back to my point a couple weeks ago when it's also like, I think she's a little like, she could be more in the life of her kids already if she just like made different life choices and like lived near them and that type of thing. So it's like she's not always thinking everything through.
I know you're like so hung up on that one point. I don't know what it is.
I mean, she's crying over the fact that like her daughter is not with her, but it's like you could go be with her daughter. Her daughter's still school age.
Okay. All right. Marisol and Alexia at dinner approach by two of our sisters. Those two men.
The fact that the men were like, "Oh, are you filming right now?"
Marisol, are you guys talking about the Hochsteins?
That's like breaking the fourth wall in a way we haven't seen.
Oh my God. Those two men.
That's gonna be you and Alex in like 30 years.
Friends of, please.
Yeah, please.
I was, I mean, I watched this. I watched Miami with my coffee in the morning. I was like doing cartwheels when these two men came on screen. Okay. And then even like just the two of them talking about nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I can't wait for Rugged 3. And then this is like a nothing throwaway with Alexia, but she was talking about like her and Herman. And she's like, that MF, rest in peace, had his own apartment. I was screaming when she said that MF, rest in peace.
She really is like, just with her flaws and all, one of the best. One of the best in the game.
Doing the, you know, I was looking back recently, specifically for Larsa, because we rank Larsa the bottom of the bottom.
You need to stop re-upping that ranking because people are going to start to get the wrong idea.
No, but that was a moment in time.
I know, but people don't look at timestamps.
Okay. Fair enough. We had Gertie and her husband, and I'm bringing this up for two reasons. Number one, could Gertie have given Mia Augustina's contact info to set up a nice little event space on the beach?
I know. And
then number two, I said it last week, Russ is a little sleepy for prime time.
He's a firefighter.
I know. He's just woke up from his shift, but
I don't know. I think they're sweet together. I think they have like things to work through, obviously, and I think he has a hard time articulating exactly like what he needs from her. But I'm rooting for them. I mean, like them being together since high school, seeing their high school pictures was so cute.
Actually, that was super cute. The old photos.
Yeah. And he's like up there with like, I mean, like there's a lot of men in Miami giving us like top tier looks wise house husbands. Between him, between Dr. Nicole's man, Anthony, between even Todd.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a lot of Todd flashbacks in terms of the Frankie Alexia situation, which I'm so riveted to explore. It's such an interesting thing that we're getting to with the event that Alexia is throwing. Yeah. In terms of like Frankie's independence.
I know.
That's like serious business.
I know.
And I don't think I think that's interesting for people to watch who don't encounter this in their life.
And he's like, he doesn't necessarily feel like he's ready to go, but then when you see him with the two guys from the charity, he's like pumped to be with them. He also just like the way he like greets all his mom's friends.
Oh my god.
And he's like asking where Marisol is.
Yeah. But I do think like what Alexia said is important. She's not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
So we need to set him up for success.
Exactly.
You know? Oh my god. And that is so deep.
So deep.
Wow. So we have Dr. Nicole and Gertie on the way to the event. And I think this is like Dr. Nicole's awakening this season. Talking to Gertie about how Larsa keeps saying, you and your ex, the teacher, the school teacher.
And like, did you notice this at length before she brought it up? Because I don't think I ever noticed it, or did they ever like land down on it?
It was a plot point, but it wasn't one that like we stewed in.
Yeah.
But now we are going to stew in it.
And Larsa's a classist.
And it's so interesting that they ended up sitting down together one-on-one, and we're having a good conversation for 5 minutes. And then it was kind of, well, Nicole brought it up, so I was proud of her.
Nicole was like, this is so interesting. We're sitting down for the first time really one-on-one.
Yeah.
And while we're together, I really wanted to bring up the fact that like something has been bugging me. And she brought it up really nicely and respectfully. And then Larsa fucking flips it on his head and was like, well, I heard that you sleep with all the doctors at the hospital.
Larsa taking them out one by one. Not that I'm saying I believe Larsa, but Larsa, there's no stopping her.
It's like, she's like ready to hit.
Oh my God. And then we have the mid-season.
Which is great.
Mid-season, a reprise. Miami. Miami's hot, hot. Fire. I love a reprise.
Yeah.
We have more of the Larsa Nicole stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have the adoption stuff. We have the Frankie stuff. We have, I can't even tell, people are screaming at each other. I don't know who's screaming at who.
It's gonna be Marisol and Alexia versus Adriana.
Ooh. But didn't it seem like people were screaming at Gertie for a minute too? Or
well, everyone's always screaming at Gertie.
I know. This poor girl.
She fucking can't get a word in edgewise. She can't like make a facial expression without people jumping down her throat.
Yeah. I hope this season lasts forever.
I know. The good thing is, like, once we end this season, we'll at least be with Marisol and Alexia. Oh my god! To see them interact with the other girls on Girls Trip is going to be such a treat.
They are going to be so they're not Lucy and Ethel. They are, to bring it back to Sesame Street and the Muppets, they're the frick and the frack in the
the two old men.
The two old men in the
theater.
The theater. That's who they are.
What are their names again? They play Marley and Marley in the Muppet Christmas Carol, but I forget their names. It's like Orville Redenbacher, but it's not him.
That's what they should. They shouldn't try to be Lucy and Ethel. They should be that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow, what a week. We have a One True Queen and a Freak of the Week to get to as well.
Who are they?
Okay, our
Statler and Waldorf.
Statler and Waldorf
are not our One True Queen and the Freak of the Week. That's Marisol and Alexia.
Okay, our freak this week. 1, Diana Jenkins. For acting as though she would have been asked back.
Yeah, we didn't report this in the news that she's leaving Beverly Hills because it's
not
like, worth.
It wasn't news. It was like, we knew.
It's like, duh. They kind of let everyone claim that they leave on their own accord, but it's like, no, you didn't.
Well, she does have a good story that she is pregnant right now and can't film because of like pregnancy and blah blah blah. But would you have been asked back if you were not pregnant? Please. Our One True Queen, a queen who has been asked back. Alex McCord, specifically for posting the Herman Munster boots.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, for that to be her grand return, she's been on Instagram for all these years, and I follow her. She's posting everything that's going on in Australia. Things. She's posting selfies. She's posting the boys, Francois, Johan face.
Yeah.
Simon. But for her first official Housewives post to be the Herman Munster shoes.
And she wrote caption, never ever a mistake. #Rugged. #Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. #Bravo. #Reality TV. #Eva Marcel. #Phaedra Parks. #Caroline Manzo. #Gretchen Rossi. #Brandy Glanville. #Vicky Gunvalson. #Camille Meyer. #Rugged4. #Louis Vuitton.
Not familiar with the @ tagging.
No.
Not, is she familiar? Is she tagging them in photo?
She only tagged Louis Vuitton in photo.
Okay.
But like, I mean, maybe you don't want to tag these women as your shoe.
Okay. Jill Zarin, within minutes, winking.
Winky face. And then we got a Gretchen Rossi saying, looking forward to it.
And then
Alex responding, we are going to have so much fun.
So sweet.
They're going to fight.
They're going to fight.
Q versus non-Q.
Q versus normal. Wow. Keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be taking every split second we get out of there.
Exactly. We need to like get someone to Morocco.
Okay. Let's get Brad.
Yeah.
Let's get Brad down there. As a special Come Through Queen correspondent.
Yes.
Okay. Head on over once again, comethroughqueen.com for links to Patreon. You actually have a supersize pre-show. You have a supersize bonus episode recapping Roni season 3, episode 10. I'm in Brooklyn. You're in high school. And you have links to social. You have links to the private Facebook. You got links to everything, baby. So like, comment, subscribe. Heart your retweet.
Love us, please retweet.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
I wanna see ya come through, queen.